Hello there everyone, and you are very welcome to today's yoga class. My name is Deirdre of Untitled Therapies. I'm based here in Dunshaughlin in the Yoga Well studios. And these yoga classes are brought to you today with the Meath County Council service, and this is their summer program for 2021. So before we begin, you can get yourself a yoga mat if you have one, a nice cozy blanket for the end, perhaps an eye pillow if you have one, and something else to get is a little ball. So if you want to pause the video, and you can come on back then. So let's begin. Sitting tall in a cross-legged position, if that feels okay. Bringing your shoulders up towards your ears, give them a little squeeze. And rolling them back. That's it, well done. We're just going to take a nice deep breath in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Now we have a special story today. This story is called Phyllis the Friendliest Flea. And in this story we meet Phyllis, we meet a dog, we meet a horse, a rabbit, a bat, and a few other creatures along the way. So we're going to start off by doing silly-ums. We're going to do a dog silly-um, or maybe like a werewolf. Will you give it a go? Take a breath in. Arr, arr, arr. Very good, your turn. Super. And you know when a dog gets very hot and goes, ha, 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 ha. You give it a go. Ready? Ha, 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 ha. Very good, guys. Now we're going to pop on our yoga glasses. Can you pop your yoga glasses on upside down? And then break them apart and pop your yoga glasses onto your lap. And we're going to use 4 words to help us quieten our mind and meditate. And these words are peace begins with me. So when we say peace, we have our thumb and forefinger. Begins, middle finger and thumb. With, ring finger and thumb. Me, baby finger and thumb. So let's give it a go. Peace begins with me. And again, peace begins with me. Nice and loud. Peace begins with me. And louder. Peace begins with me. A nice quiet whisper. Peace begins with me. Tiny whisper. Peace begin with me. Now close your eyes and say it again in your mind. And again. And one more time. Super. And opening your eyes. Very well done. I'm going to breathe in for a serious om. Taking a nice breath in. Om. Super. Rubbing our hands together. We're going to get our hands nice and warm. Rub, 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 rub. Keep going. Rub, rub, rub. And when they're nice and warm, we're going to place them over our eyes. And giving our eyes a nice gentle rub. Fantastic. Before we start our movement, we're going to take some deep breaths. Now when we use our breath, it helps our mind and our body to focus. If you have feelings that you don't really like, so if you're feeling angry or you're feeling upset, know that you can use your breathing exercises to help you feel okay again. So sit tall, and we're going to breathe in. And when we breathe in, we're going to fill up our belly, and it's going to open up like a big balloon shape. We're filling it up. And when we breathe out, our belly is going to get nice and small again. Breathing in. And breathing out. And if it feels okay to close your eyes here, do so. Breathing in. And breathing out. And one last time, breathing in. And breathing out. Well done. Check in now. How do you feel in here? And how do you feel in here? And how are you feeling in here? Great. We're going to do some movement now, guys. So we have a lovely book, and this book is called Phyllis the Friendliest Flea, and it is written by Tricia O'Riordan. And in this story, we meet a flea. Do you guys have a dog at home? I have a dog at home, and do you know what happened to her once? She got a flea, and it made her very itchy. She had to scratch herself like this. You want to give it a go? Oh, scratchy ear. And you know what? The flea hopped over to her other ear, and she had to scratch that ear too. You give it a go. Very well done. In our story, we meet the flea. That's Phyllis. I'm going to show you a pose that we will do for Phyllis. So we know that fleas like to hop and jump, don't they? So coming up, we're going to kick one leg up and the other, and getting ready to jump. So that's our flea pose. And in the story as well, we meet a dog. So ready for dog pose? Curl those toes under, lift your tail, and swish, 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 swish. Very good. We also meet a horse. Try horse pose. Standing up, legs wide apart, bring your hands together in prayer at your chest and bending your knees. It's our horse pose. Very good. Rabbit pose. We're going to meet a rabbit. We're going to sit back on our heels and coming nice and slowly forward. Nice and gentle. And we meet a cat. Ready? It's a bit of an angry cat. Let's arch your back. Decide what colour cat you want to be. And we meet a bat. We know when bats sleep, they go upside down. So fanning out your wings and the legs up. Super. You ready to begin our story? I hope so. So sit tall. And let's begin. Phyllis the Friendliest Flea by Tricia O'Riordan. A flea, you see. No one likes fleas. But I know a flea who just happens to be the friendliest flea I ever did see. So ready, we do our flea pose. One leg and two. Ready to jump. Super. Her name is Phyllis the Flea, and if you met her, you'd agree that she is in fact the friendliest flea. She has had many homes, on a horse, a rabbit, and a cat. Not forgetting that time she even lived on a bat. Ready, horse? Remembering our horse pose. So Phyllis lived on a horse, on a rabbit, on a cat, and even once she lived on a bat. Super job. But her favourite animals to hitch a ride are those furry, warm pets that are allowed inside. Phyllis, you see, hates the wind, rain and snow, so a house pet for sure is the only way to go. So, ready Phyllis? We're going to do our flea pose. And we know Phyllis hates the rain, so let's jump up like Phyllis the Flea. And we're going to hold up our umbrella. Very good. So our story begins with the tale of Jiggins. Well, actually, his tale is where the story begins. So what do you think Jiggins might be? Now Jiggins is a dog who is always happy and full of fun. And every day at 1:30, his owner takes him for a run. Ready dogs? Up with your tails and giving them a wag. Very good. One sunny afternoon was where it all took place. A flea and a dog would soon come face to face. So let's go, fleas. Phyllis, I think is gonna meet Jiggins, wagging your tail. While Jiggins was out for his daily exercise, Phyllis spotted him and could not believe her eyes. So fleas, get your binoculars. Let's see. You see, Jiggins was well known for his big, beautiful fur. So when Phyllis saw him, she was 100% sure. Oh, that dog looks as comfy as a teddy bear, she shouted as she jumped 1,000 feet in the air. Ready, Phyllis? Do our flea pose. Well done, boys and girls. She landed on his tail and made her way to his head, where she began to set up a nice comfy bed. What sort of bed do you think Phyllis would like? I think she'd put a nice duvet down on her and stretch out. Let's do that again. And one last time. Great work. She unpacked her bags and looked around. Yes, she thought, I've picked a nice hound. So, stretching your legs out wide, we're going to unpack your bag. Like Phyllis, onto the tail. Thinking of all the wonderful things that Phyllis might have in her bag. Super. We can stay like this for a moment. Phyllis then decided to introduce herself to her host. After all, she was the friendliest flea, friendlier than most. Hello, how do you do? She whispered into his ear, but she didn't know that fleas were Jiggins' biggest fear. Ah, he shouted, please tell me no, I have a flea on me. To the vets we must go. So, come on Jiggins. Up we go. Ah! Coming forward. Reaching up. Ah! Poor Jiggins. Oh no, I'm sorry, said Phyllis. I'll leave right away. I really should have asked permission to stay. I'm ever so sorry. I gave you a fright. I'll just pack up my things and get out of your sight. Poor Phyllis, I'm sure she felt a little bit sad having to pack up all of her things. You can help Phyllis pack up all her belongings. Staying like this, let's see. Now Chickens was shocked at how friendly she'd been, as he thought fleas were all angry and terribly mean. "Why did you pick me?" Jiggins asked the flea. "Well, you look so comfy and warm, you see." "No one likes a flea, and I understand why. It's just that I'm different." Phyllis started to cry. "I'm not mean and angry like other fleas can be. I am, in fact, the world's friendliest flea." She told him her story and all the places she'd been. Jiggins knew then that she could never be mean. So, where are the places she would have told him she'd been? Did she spend some time on a horse? Where else can you remember? That's right, on a rabbit. Anywhere else? On a cat? Anywhere else? Yes, she even lived on a bat. Very good. Okay, you can stay, but I promise you that if you misbehave once, you'll be back on that bat. So they made a contract of no biting, no jumping, no misbehaving, signed by Phyllis the Friendliest Flea. Now I live in a house with a great family, so they must never know that I'm carrying a flea. So Phyllis agreed with this terms and condition, and Jiggins was happy with his family's new addition. So the two became friends, the best there could be. Who would have thought it? A dog and a flea. I hope you liked that book, guys. It's very good. Do any of you have a dog at home? Well, I have a dog who has a friend, and this friend is a three-legged dog. You can try be a three-legged dog. Actually, it's not this leg, it's the other leg. And sometimes he goes for a pee. Oh! Another side, he sniffs around and goes for another pee. And then when he is finished digging and sniffing, he plays with a ball. So you can try this with me, guys. Put our ball between our legs, lift it up, with our hands, and up it goes. Very good. Place the ball back in between your feet, lift a little higher, get the ball, and reach it up. Can you lift your legs a little higher? Placing the ball between your feet, lift it up, and place it up. Well done. You can do this a few more times if you'd like. Well done, guys. That was super listening to the story today. Now it's time to quieten our mind. You can get your blanket and you can quieten your body. Place your blanket over you, making yourself as comfortable as you can. Like a little dog snuggling up in its kennel. Getting nice and warm. You can place your eye pillow over your eyes. And just settling here for a few moments, lying down nice and cozy. Settling through your legs, your tummy, your chest, Up into your shoulders, feel lovely and relaxed. To your head, and your entire body feels totally relaxed. And you can stay here for a few moments if you'd like. When you feel ready, I'm going to come back, stretching your arms and feet up overhead. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And giving yourself a big hug. And coming to seated, bringing your hands together. Thank you everybody for joining me for yoga class today.